So today we're going to go over how to adjust how tight the footplate is on a Hoveround power chair. The first thing you can do is right in here is where the bolt is. You can hit it with some WD-40. So this is the actual point where the footplate goes up and down. You can see the bolt from up front, just a little blast here and here. Might help fix your problem. If that does not work, we can manually tighten the bolt. So it's a little tricky. What we're going to do is we're going to have to take the seat off first in order to get access to this shroud. So I'm going to start with a 6mm wrench, and I'm going to loosen this bolt right here. There we go. This bolt is what holds the chair on. The chair is sitting on a pole that goes into this post right here. And then we're going to lift the chair off. Once that bolt is loose, we're going to take the chair off. A lot of times you can fold down this seat, and then you want to just lift straight up. Now keep in mind the joystick is still attached. So I'm just going to set it behind here without damaging this cable. And that gives us access to our battery compartment. Now the battery compartment, it could go one of two ways on the Hoveround MPV5. This one has one solid shroud that just lifts up. I currently don't have batteries installed, but there's one solid shroud. Some of them will have two separate ones, one here and one here. So this one has, you have your batteries here. And then you can just undo these bolts here if you have to, and then move the batteries to the side. The one that has two separate compartments, they actually plug in back here, and you can unplug them and then just move them to the side. So now we're going to have to remove our shroud. So the shroud is going over these wheels and over to the back. We're going to start by removing these two bolts up front. These two bolts are a 3mm wrench. Or 3mm Allen key. So just going to take those out. They just unscrew. Now that those front two screws are taken out, I got two more. So back here, this is where the batteries were. You got two more holding the shroud in. Same size Allen key. We're just going to take those out as well, and we should have our shroud off. So now that we have all four bolts out, we can move this shroud out of our way and just kind of lift it up. I'm just going to set it right there. Now we have access to our bolts. These two bolts are what holds the footplate in and also what tightens it. So if your footplate is too tight, I have two 1/2-inch wrenches. I'm going to put one on one side to hold it, and I'm just going to slightly loosen this. I'll do one turn, see how that does. Do the same thing on the other side. One turn, and now our footplate is honestly a little too loose, but it did work. So you can get that however you want it to get the exact tightness that you want on your footplate. Now that we've got our footplate where we want it, we're going to put the shroud back on. It should just rest. Make sure you're not trapping any cables underneath back here. There it goes. That's where it should rest. And we're going to put our two screws back in here, and then the two that also go back in here. So now that the shroud is back on, we're going to reinstall our batteries. I would recommend taking a picture of your batteries before you take them apart. That way you know how they go together. If you did not, it could go one of two ways. This one has a negative here and a positive here, and then it would also come with a neutral battery cable that would connect like this. Probably like that. The other way would have two separate compartments, and then you'd have one cable per battery, and they would both plug in to the back here. So this one has these shrouds here, and then make sure you got a little strap that holds your battery compartment in. So this sits under the batteries. You put your shroud over your batteries, and the strap goes up and connects and holds it in. Make sure your cables are free of the shroud, and then we're ready to put the seat back on. So now the last thing to do is put the seat on. I would recommend getting a second person to help you. The seat is very heavy and it's pretty difficult to get that post going through there, but if you have to do it yourself, I would lift it up like this so I can see what I'm doing, and then it just slides down. Then once you're done with your 6mm wrench, you would just tighten that screw again. And then you are ready to go.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
we sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.